morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm the precious, Chuckalicious Chuck Williams.
And it's Friday with Friends with Brant Fricker, and always some uplifting topics and unique ways we can look at certain things in our world. Brant joins us today. Some of the things he wants to hit on is trusting the process of life, going through those steps, and what you tolerate, you'll never change in your life. Hey, Brant, how you doing today, brother?
How's it going, my man? It's good to see you, and hello there, Rhonda and Chuckalicious the Precious. It's another day. Hey, if you wake up in the morning and you spread your arms out and you don't feel the sides of a coffin, it's going to be a good day.
It's a good day.
Good. All good.
I'll agree with that.
That's it. Moving forward. That's
Sure.
it.
That kind of would tie into trusting the process of life at
Yeah.
the end. But talk to us about what are your thoughts about trusting this process?
Well, we all have a destiny. Like it or not, folks, you have a destiny, and you might as well embrace it and walk in it. A lot of times we become our names. David, your name is Hebrew for beloved. Chuckalicious, if it's Charles, it's German and it means free man.
Well, it ain't
Rhonda?
Charles.
Okay, well, you might want to tell me sometime so I can look it up.
No, okay.
Rhonda, Welsh, yours is Welsh, means river, or good lance, And speaking of lances, my name, Brant, means sword or firebrand. And 25 years ago, I started doing these men's events in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we passed around a sword, and I love swords. I collect swords. This is a razor sharp sword. It's a double edge. It's the best sword I've ever had. I've had all kinds of swords and given them away as gifts. And, as far as this beautiful sword, there's a process to this, okay? And I would propose today, my brothers and sisters of the chat, that we are swords in of this. As I was telling men, encouraging men to live pure, speak truth, right, wrong, follow the king. I encourage my beagle, who's just now coming to the scene. I also encourage men to trust the process. A beautiful sword starts out as steel.
Right.
But then it goes into the fire. And then it goes onto the anvil and it's hammered. Not a good hammering, okay? And then from there into the cool water. Well, our culture, for some reason or another, has taught men to be weak or sweet and sensitive, and we should be sweet and sensitive, but we are men. I'd rather be a dangerous man who chooses to be good than a nice guy who has not realized that he is a sword. And so this process of life, there's times of the fire. That's not fun. But if you learn the process, believe it or not, in some ways, you may not like the fire. You may not welcome the fire, but you love the fire because you know it's going to make you more like this. You don't get sharp. You don't get folded 1,000 times. And you're not, this thing is again, the best sword I've ever had. Beautiful. I think I'm going to start doing these men's events in Amarillo. Every race, every creed, every tribe, they loved it. Their women even wanted to come to them. They said, why do you want to come to Band of Brothers? They said, I have a new husband, right? But whether you're a man or a woman, you are a sword, and you have to learn to trust the process.
Well, I guess this is on me. It seems to me like the sword, the whole trick is in the fire. You have to go through the fire to come out on the other side.
Right.
Consider like making a diamond, pressure,
Right. I'm glad you brought that up because you know what? I heard it said, 30 years ago, that, the most beautiful yet strongest substance is a diamond, right?
Right.
Made through prayer. And I tell you what, man, whatever God you pray to, folks, you are a diamond in the hands of God. And you can take the pressure if you learn to trust the process. My life has been a series of these. You know, this thing's been folded, they say 1,000 times. It's very strong. I've got another katana in there in Japanese swords as well.
Right.
And man, these things are cut through small trees, man. But they don't get that way, Chuck. You're right, unless they go through the fire. And again, the fire of refining, things are tested in the fire, you know. But some of you're going through a process, folks. We all love the cool water, but that's not how you get strong.
That's true.
And so just trust the process. Yeah.
Would you say, Brant, the first thing a person has to do, or what people need to do, is first identify or get a process? Because some people, you see people like this, they run from thing to pell to post, and this and that. This week they're into this, next week they're doing this. This week they think this is the way, oh, I'm going to do this. This is the most important thing in my world. 2 weeks later, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm on this now. Is that the most important thing? Is number one, identifying what the process is and following the steps of it?
It is. And you know, hey, I've done it. I thought I was going to die when I was 30, like my dad. So I became a recording artist, speaker, author, broadcaster, producer, because it was a search of destiny. And yet, some way, somehow, I was living out that destiny because now I use that to help other people, right? But some people are in a search. They have a hard time with the stick-to-itness, you know?
Right.
But again, if you stop the world and you decide, what kind of person do I want to be? You know, then any decision, any opportunity that is not in line with who you want to be, just don't do it. Right. And that's part of the thing we were going to talk about with what you can tolerate, you can never change. If you can tolerate drifting from one thing to another, then, you know, you'll be pretty old until you realize, oh my gosh, I should have done this. I should have done this. Right. So that's why you got to stop the world. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? And understand that there's going to be a process in that.